clowns? Spectators, here we are with our hype list. We have been meaning to do this for a while.
And we've just been waiting for a little bit more information for the houses to come out. Now that we have a lot of information for majority of them.
We finally have compiled our lists. Some we align with,
Some we don't.
Some we don't.
We will count down from houses first, 10 to 1, going back and forth. I'll do one graphic and just choose what's the most average, I guess. And then we'll go to the scare zones after.
I want to say that these are just our hypes. In no way is everyone going to have the same answer.
Everyone's tastes are going to be different. What you're excited for is not going to be what we're excited for.
Also, I'm still excited for every single house. So I want to be clear on that as well. So going into this, let's dive in. Number 10 is Madland Caged Animals.
This one I agree with.
I think it's going to be cool, but again, I just think there's so many amazing originals and IPs that have got me just more excited.
This one is bottom for me just because it seems like the most generic feeling. Like they're cannibals, so they're eating people, but a lot of houses just have creatures or people eating.
Who knows? So. Might be surprised. And then for number 9 is Stranger Things 5.
I also agree with this one. I said we are excited for this house no matter what still because it is Stranger Things, but the last season was definitely a letdown.
It was, but I am still a huge Stranger Things fan through and through, all the way from season 1 when it first dropped. I absolutely adore this show. I'm still very excited to see what HHN Creative has in store for us. And then number 8 is where we start to deviate. Mine is Evil Dead Burn. While the movie was wild, and I'm sure this house is going to be gory, there's other houses I'm more excited for.
And mine is Invasion, Alien Abduction. You also notice a little thing here. Usually the houses that we are excited for at the end of the number, they're just flipped. So mine is Invasion, Alien Abduction. I'm very excited for this house still. But it's just, there's just such a good lineup this year. I had to put it somewhere.
For number 7, mine is Invasion, Alien Abduction. Watching the construction of that huge barn homestead, I am just beyond intrigued with what they're going to do with that. It is just enormous. What are there going to be scare actors outside? I don't know. I am so curious.
And then mine is Evil Dead Burn. So, like we said, mine's flipped. This is probably, I really like this movie. It was the weakest Evil Dead movie of all of them, I'll say. However, it was a good horror movie.
It was.
So it had a lot of good scares in it that I am very interested to see in this house.
Number 6.
We agree on this one.
We both agree on this one, which is Cybergoria. I think the idea of this one is so unique and so interesting. And we do have it confirmed in the Jason or the Fast and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious queue line. Former Fast and the Furious queue line.
I'm so curious how they're going to do it. There's gore in the name, so it's going to be gory. And then number 5, I have Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. This is the headliner house of the season. This house is what explains the event. I am beyond excited to meet our icons.
And mine is HR Blood and Guts. This looks like a lot of fun. I know this is going to be more of the comedy house, and I'm more of a straight horror gore kind of person, so that's why I had to push down a little bit, but I'm still very excited for this house.
And then for my number 4 is HR Blood and Guts. This is the highest rated original for me because I do love that completely cheesy and campy, and I'm beyond excited for it.
This is where it gets a little hard for me because my top 4 are so close. I had to start nitpicking. Mine is Sinners. This is one of my favorite movies from last year. It was so decisive. I just gotta throw a dart at a wall and pick a spot for it just because it was so close with my number 3.
So my number 3 is Sinners. I loved this movie. I've seen it so many times, and I am beyond curious how they're going to create some of these scenes. How are they going to build that scene? How are we as guests going to weave through that maze? I'm just intrigued.
And my number 3 is Jack and Oddfellow. Again, I just kind of had to choose a spot for this one. At one point, this was my number 1. I had to push it back a little bit because those two on the top 2 spots are. My number 1 original house is Jack and Oddfellow. chaos and control.
And then moving on to our top two slots here. Mine is Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness. I've really grown to love Ozzy's music over the last few years. It has been in constant rotation of Ozzy and Ghost playing in our car
Yeah,
constantly.
it is.
In this house, I feel like it's going to be in the same vein as The Weeknd, and then especially as the WWE house last year, because this is in memorial and it can be really creative. It can go any which way they want to tell the story of Ozzy's amazing career and amazing life.
And mine is Hellraiser. So I love the Hellraiser movies. I've watched them a few times now. They did scare me as a kid. Might have some little PTSD trauma from that.
Maybe.
But very excited for this. Like I
Masterpiece.
said, I had to start being nitpicky on these because they were so close. So my number 2 is Hellraiser.
And now we are at our number one, and we are quite literally flip flopped here. And my number one is Hellraiser. I watched the original movie first time last year, immediately jumping into that second movie. I really liked the second movie. It very much felt like it was Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, where they're going into those dreams, they're going into hell. Just like it just upped the stakes and expanded the universe. And I am just, again, so intrigued in how they're going to bring this to life. But also, just like that booming voice of Doug Bradley throughout the house is going to
Which
be
Doug Bradley is reprising his role for the voice thing.
as Pinhead. But also, I want to see the other Cenobites. Chatterer and Butterball. I want to see them all.
I want to see the CD guy.
The CD guy from the third one.
My number 1 is Ozzy. I am a huge Ozzy fan. I'm a huge metal music fan. If I'm having a bad day, I just had to put on some music. The louder, the more screaming, the more guitar riffs, the better. Just drown out all the other noise. So, it's going to definitely be the house where I'm like, oh, I'm having a bad day. I'm going to Hollywood Horror Nights and I'm going to go through this house.
Yeah.
And it's going to make me feel a lot better.
Exactly. So I'm really excited to finally walk through these houses and see how much our lists change up from there.
Yes, so we will be doing an update whenever it comes to our house lists and a hype list at the end of the season or just our top rankings. And we are tracking how many times we go through the houses with our Frequent Fear Ultimate Passes. Because we will try to be there as many times as possible for all 48 nights. We'll see.
we gotta get our money's worth.
All right, and let's move right into scare zones. I think we were exactly the same on everything else.
So our fourth scare zone would be Fort Nightmares. I'm still extremely curious how they are going to put that HHN twist on this.
Yes.
Make it scary, but also make it fun. And again, they're trying to make HHN for everyone. So there's just going to be a little bit for each person and each interest. So I am going to be optimistic about what they're going to do with this.
And I'm really interested on how, I've said this a million times, I am very interested in the tech of this scare zone. How well is this effect of us going through this storm going to be pulled off? Is it going to be completely ruined whenever it's raining? Is it going to be completely ruined if it's windy? Or is it going to enhance the effect and make it even cooler? I'm very excited for this. These scare zones I'm very excited for. Moving straight into number 3, we both agree is Infernal Carnival of Nightmares.
Yes.
The entrance scare zone.
The entrance scare zone. I know the last year's entrance scare zone was okay.
It seems like they're starting to change the entrance scare zone a little bit into fitting with the main original house. So last year we had the Origins of Horror, which intertwined with the El Artista house. And this year it's Jack and Oddfellow and the Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. So you will start your day, or the storyline is you start your Halloween Horror Nights venture through Jack and Oddfellow. And by the time you leave the Jack and Oddfellow Chaos Control house, you are being introduced to the Infernal Carnival of Nightmares, how it happened, how that statue of Jack got put up there, apparently.
And then our second is Sideshow of Decay.
Yes. I'm excited because I know a lot of the lore from watching YouTube videos. I haven't personally experienced a lot of these icons. However, I'm still very, very interested in all these icons because I've watched
I want to
countless
learn about
hours,
them.
countless
Yeah.
hours of lore that I've watched about these icons and their backstories and everything.
Exactly. They're bringing back the icons of the past, a lot of characters from the past, and they are going to come to life in this sideshow.
The spirals.
And there's Cindy Kane, which is the caretaker's daughter, and this is the first time that she has
We're being
been,
envisioned her because she
yeah,
was supposed to be years ago over in Islands of Adventure, but
and it just did not work out.
there was some trouble years. So there were some troubling things happening that year, so they had to pivot.
And then our number one scare zone,
I've
without
called
any
it.
surprise.
I've called it
Yeah,
from the beginning.
ask Josh. Um,
Downtown Clown Town.
yes, I am so excited for this scare zone.
This scare zone's gonna have everything.
It's got my clowns in it.
It's
It's
got
got my killer
your
clowns.
clowns. It's got my clown, Santa art,
Oh, Santa
which is my
art,
favorite
yeah.
version of art. And then we also just have other clowns.
And there has been so many fun, interesting set pieces. Apparently, I like clowns.
All right, let's get into these shows now. There's only 2 shows this year. Number 2 is going to be Lagoon Show, which is Stranger Things
Yeah.
Return to Hawkins. We both agree on this.
I'm still excited to see it. I'm really curious how they're going to do all these different callbacks and bring it all together and bring back that music that from each season. Again, big Stranger Things fan.
I'm very interested in it because the music of Stranger Things was really good. So there's a lot of cool scenes that they're going to put in it. How rewatchable is this going to be for us, though? And then the big show.
Nightmare Fuel Blood Noir.
This is your vampire, fire.
And there's going to be an actual sideshow performer in this.
Yes, we've seen some freaky things on social media with this guy. There's gonna be hooks involved and noses and mouths, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be for the weak stomach.
No, we did see a sideshow performance at the Oddities Market back in June, and it was wild. So I already have a little sample of what a sideshow performance is. I'm a little intrigued, but I'm also a little scared. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think that does it for our hype list.
Let us know in the comments. What are some of your big hyped houses you're excited about? Is it an original? Is it an IP? Is it a scare zone? We love to have this. Keep the conversation going.
We do have a little bit of an announcement. So we did book our first ever Behind the Screams tour.
Yes.
Whenever they announced the houses, and Hellraiser was on the 3-house tour. We will be starting our HHN a week early because our first Behind the Screams tour will be on Sunday, August 23rd.
Bright and early in the morning.
So we're going to have a long day at Universal. You're not allowed to film throughout the houses, but you can take pictures, and we will have film of talking to the tour guide telling us about the house that we're going through. And we will also be at Universal the same day doing live, and we'll be talking about it probably while we're in the live that day as well.
Exactly. And please come by and say hi. Get a sticker. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. Please hit that like button.
Check our link in our bio for our link tree. That'll take you to our YouTube for our long form content, as well as Instagram, Facebook, if you prefer those platforms. You can check us out there.
And remember, every day's a spectacle.
Thank you for being part of ours.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Till the next one.